Hello students, welcome back to the class. So as already in the last class we had discussed about the photodiode. Okay, so half of the concept of the photodiode is completed, and in the today's class we are going to discuss the further remaining concept of the photodiode. Okay, so as already in the last class I had given introduction about the photodiode and its definition, symbol, construction and also working. Okay, so as we know, photodiode is a semiconductor device which converts the light energy into the electrical energy. It is going to convert the light energy into the electrical energy. Means what will happen? This is a semiconductor device. So when light will incident on this one, when you will incident the light, this device makes a connection to generate the current. It will generate the what? Current. So it is generating the current due to the what? Incident light. Okay, so how it will happen? Because when we will take a PN junction diode, so here what will be there? P type and N type material will be there, which is connected to the battery. Okay, so when it will connect to the battery, so what will happen? It is reverse biased. So reverse biased is nothing but what? The P type is connected to the negative of the battery and the N type is going to connect to the positive of the battery. This one we call it as a reverse biased. So P-type semiconductor is a rich of holes and N-type semiconductor is a rich of electrons. Okay, so when it is reverse biased, what will happen? The depletion layer will be generated. Depletion region means the electrons recombines with the holes. Okay, so the electron is recombining with the holes, so there are no charge carriers at this region. This one we call it as a depletion region. So for this region, if you suppose incident the light, some light if you incident, we know already the light contains the photons, which contains the light energy. So photons carries the light energy. So these photons makes the depletion region to generate some more free electrons. Okay, so this photons means it will have the light energy. So that light energy will supply to the atoms. Okay, so that light energy will supply to the atoms, so that atoms generates the what? More free electrons. So it is going to generate the more free electrons. In the understanding, see, suppose this is the atom. So here proton will be there, here the electrons will be revolving in the different orbit. Suppose for this electron, if you supply the energy in terms of light energy which contains the photons, this electron become free. This one we call it as a free electrons, isn't it? So like this, in a reverse biased mode, this whatever the junction is there, what it will make? It will generate the more free electrons. So when free electrons generated, they will start to flow in the circuit. Okay, so when they are flowing, they will generate the what? Extra current in the circuit. Understanding? So in this way, the photodiode converts the what? The photodiode converts the light energy into the what? Electric energy. It converts the light energy into the electric energy. So this is what the main concept of the photodiode. So already in the last class, I told about the symbol, definition, construction and also this operation. So if you want to know in detail, again go through my last video. Okay, so you will come to know. And in the today's class, we are going to talk about some more concept of this photodiode. So when already we know about a photodiode, we should know three important definitions. One is called as responsivity. Second one is the quantum efficiency, and third one is the dark current. Okay, so these are three definitions in examination they may ask. So first let's go to the responsivity term. So responsivity is nothing but what? It is the ratio of photo generated current to incident light power. Means what? So as already I told you, when light will incident, it will create the current. When light will incident, it will produce the what? Current. This is what our concept. Okay, so if you take the ratio of how much current is generated to the how much incident light is having the power. So if you take these two ratio, then it will give the what? Responsivity term, isn't it? Means what? R is equal to Is divided by Pin. So Is means the photo generated current. How much current is produced in your diode to the how much incident light is having the power. So that is Pin. Understanding? So if you take the ratio, it will give the responsivity of that photodiode. In 2 marks they can ask in examination. So what is responsivity? It is the ratio of photo generated current to the incident light power. So your light having how much power? So due to that power, how much current is generated in your circuit? That ratio if you take, that is called as a responsivity. Then what will be the unit? Current will make in ampere and power will be in watt. So ampere per watt is the unit. Next we will go to the quantum efficiency. Quantum efficiency is nothing but it is the fraction of incident photons contributing to photocurrent. So that meaning is what? Say whenever the light will incident on the photodiode, no, all the photons will not generate the current. All photons are not generating the current. Some of this incident light photons will generate the current. Understanding? So that ratio we are going to find. So what? Ne divided by n photons. Ne is the what? Number of generated carriers. Means due to that photons, I told no, due to that photons, say when photons incident on the atom, it will generate the free electrons, I said, isn't it? So this is the photons, how much you are incidenting, how much photons are contributing. Due to that, how much generated carriers are created. So that's what it is, the fraction of what? Incident photons contributing to photocurrent. So out of your incident photons, how much current is generated? That is called as what? Quantum efficiency. Okay. So this is quantum efficiency, which is given by P is equal to Ne divided by n photons. So where Ne is the number of generated carriers per unit time. Then third one is a dark current. So dark current means what? It is the current through the diode for zero illumination. Zero illumination is nothing but what? You should not give the light. Without light, when there is no light, that time also there is a current in the PN junction diode, photodiode. Okay, so that type current is called as a dark current. See here clearly, without current also this PN junction diode is producing the, is giving the what? Current. There is a some current, that is called as a dark current. Okay, so here there is no any light, but once the light is incident here, then this dark current value goes on increases. The current can be generated, so the dark current value goes on increases. Okay, this one we call it as a dark current. The next, only the equation is there for your syllabus, so you should see the equation here. What is the relationship between responsivity and quantum efficiency? Between these two, there is a relation which is given by Q is equal to R into H into V divided by E, where Q is called as quantum efficiency, R is called as responsivity, phi is called as frequency of incident photons. Incident photons contain certain frequency, that is called as a frequency, and E is the charge of electron. E is nothing but a what? Charge of electron. So here I had given a 2 marks question. Out of these 4, any 2 marks question can come. They can ask define responsivity, they can ask define quantum efficiency, or they can ask what is dark current. Otherwise they can also ask that the relationship between responsivity and quantum efficiency also. Okay, so when they will ask responsivity, see the equation. Okay, Is divided by Pin. Is is the photo generated current, Pin is the power of the incident light. Okay, the ratio of how much current is generated due to the power of the incident light is called as responsivity, and out of the incident photons how much current is generated, if you take the ratio, it is called as what? Quantum efficiency. And dark current is nothing but what? Without the light, you are not going to respond, you are not giving to give any light, even though how much current is generated in the circuit, that one we call it as a what? Dark current. And here there is a relationship between quantum efficiency, responsivity term, okay, so which is given by Q is equal to R into H into V divided by V, V divided by E, where Q is the quantum efficiency, R is the responsivity, H is a Planck's constant, V is called as what? Frequency of incident photons, and E is the charge of the electron. Okay, so these all we should study because we should know the power of the photodiode. See, some photodiode may be weak and some photodiode may be strong. Okay, so by certain quantities we should find those values. Okay, so that are the values we call it as a responsivity and quantum efficiency. So due to your giving light, how much light it will give, due to that how much current is generated in your circuit. So to calculate these two terms we will use. I hope you understood these two definitions. Okay, and next IV characteristics of photodiode. So as one thing we know about a photodiode is it is operated in a reverse biased mode. So reverse biased means, as I said, P type is connected to the negative of the terminal of the battery and N type is connected to the positive terminal of the battery. So in reverse biased mode means the current is also negative and the voltage is also negative, isn't it? So that's what the voltage negative and current negative. So it will come in like this. The VI characteristics will come like this. So see here, voltage we taken in a negative manner and also reverse current is taken in a negative manner. It is operated in a reverse mode. Okay, so that's what reverse voltage and reverse current we will take. Now these are the certain values. See, when there is no light, as I said, something current will be there in the circuit. That one we call it as a what? Dark current. So this will give the dark current value. And next, how the voltage and current value goes on increases, like that the whatever the photodiode characteristic is there, means value is there, that is also goes on increases. Okay, so that's what you will get a graph like this. This is what the VI characteristics of the photodiode. So in examination you can give this graph, like this graph you should give. And see here, this is operated in how much? Plus 5 voltage. So in plus 5 voltage, the current generated will be like this. This much current will be generated in the circuit. From this we will come to know. Then next, what are the so already we know advantages. What are the advantages? We can produce more current in the circuit due to the light energy. This is what the main advantage of the photodiode. But even though it is having certain disadvantages, having advantages, it is having a disadvantages also. What is disadvantage? The first thing, they have very high response times. They have very high response times. Means what? In a very less time it will start to respond. So what will happen like this? Suppose if you connect to the battery, as soon as you will connect to the battery, the photodiode starts to work. Okay, so suppose while connecting to the battery, if your battery voltage is very much high, so if you connect automatically, then it will respond very much high. So what will happen? There is a chances of burning of that photodiode. The diode can burn. Okay, so that is the first disadvantage of the photodiode. If response time is less, no, then we can control that photodiode. But here there is no chance of controlling the photodiode. And second disadvantage is they have very low sensitivity. This is a low sensitivity diode. Low sensitivity means what? We should not give more voltage to this diode. We are not supposed to give the high voltage for this diode. So as again same as if you supply the high voltage, no, again it can burn. So how much voltage you supplied? The only plus 5 volt. It will work in under the plus 5 voltage. If suppose more voltage if you supply like 10 volt, 20 volt, it will not respond. Means what? when voltage will not be high, then there is no chance of giving a more current here. Okay, so these are the two main disadvantages of what photodiodes. Then next one is applications. Applications means where we are going to use these photodiodes, where we are using. So first thing is it is used as photo detectors. Photo detectors is nothing but detection of the light. See, somewhere light will be moving. So if you want to detect that light, there we are used as a photodiode. In photo detectors, photodiode will be using. So photo detector is nothing but what? Detecting the light energy. Detecting light is called as photo detector. So somewhat in research laboratory, in day-to-day life, in industry, we are going to detect the light, where light will be there, what is the frequency, what is the wavelength of that light. Okay, so like this many things will be there. So in all those cases photo detector will be using. And second thing, used as optocoupler. So this concept in detail we are going to study in the next class. Used as optocoupler. So here I am not giving that value. Then used in consumer electronics. So electronic appliances, you know, so there also the photodiode will be using. This is what the main advantage. And apart from this, the another thing I want to say, where we are using a photodiode, simple way, simple thing. See, when we will go to the bank, in bank, when we will give more cash, that time here cashes will be running. So when they will put in a one machine and the cashes will be running. So when cash will go, it will give the number. Suppose 500 notes are there, 500 rupees notes are there. How many 500 rupees notes are there? They will count there. 50 are there, 100 are there, 60 are there, like that exact value it will give. So in that machine we are going to use a photodiode. How it will be using? See, say suppose here cash will be there, this is a machine, and we will go on putting a what, many number of notes, is it? So here 500 notes are there. So when I'll put like this, they will go on jumping like this. They will move from this end to this end. Suppose here light will be there, it is giving the light, understanding? So here photodiode machine will be there. Then what it will make? A photodiode machine, it is connected to here. See, first note, when it will transfer from here to here, so light will obstruct here, isn't it? Without the note, the light will be moving, the light will be there, but when it will pass, no, the light will come out. So the light will go. So when light will go means this photodiode will be detected as 1. First time the light went. Again second note will go. First note went, and the second note when it will go, again the light will go, means it will connect it as a second note, understand? So like that, how many times the light will be obstruct, how many times the light will go out, no, like that they will go on counting the nodes. So this is the main purpose of using a what, photodiode. I hope you understood this one. Okay, and even the somewhere in malls like this, again in big industries also they are using photodiodes, means how many persons can going inside the room or they are going outside the room. See here light they are producing, the light they are putting. So if persons are moved from one place to the another place, no, the light will come obstruct, the light will not pass to the another place. Okay, so in that manner what will happen, they will go on counting how many persons are going inside the mall and how they are passing out of the mall. Okay, so this is what in day-to-day life how we are taking the use of the photodiodes. Okay, so this is all the thing, and here your photodiode concept will be over. So whatever we studied in the photodiode, for 10 marks they will ask. So for 10 marks how they will ask, give the definition, symbol, construction, operation, IV characteristics, and also the applications of the photodiode, like that they will ask. Okay, so what you should tell, photodiode is a semiconductor device which converts light energy into the electrical energy. Okay, means from the incident light it will produce the current. This is what the photodiode. And symbol already I said, you show the symbol with the 2 arrow marks. And third thing, it's a construction. So what is the construction of the photodiode? The photodiode PN junction diode will be sealed in a glass cube. So out of the 4 sides, 3 sides will be painted with the black color and 1 should be transparent. So when 1 should be transparent, there we will go on incidenting the light. Okay, so that is connected to the battery. And operation, while telling the operation, you should tell photodiode works under reverse biased mode, and it is worked on the principle of photo generation. Means when it is connected to the reverse biased mode, the depletion region will happen there. In the depletion region, when photons are entered with the light energy, that energy makes the atoms to give more free electron. So when free electrons are generated, they will start to move in the circuit. This is called as what? Photo current. This is a photo generated current. Okay, so this is what the operation. And from that photo generated current, they will find the ratio like this, responsivity and quantum efficiency. And dark current means without light, how much current was there, that is a dark current. Okay, and the relationship you can find between the quantum efficiency and the responsivity. And IV characteristics, as it is operated in a reverse biased mode, so reverse voltage versus reverse current, you should have the graph. So it will give the graph. And what are the disadvantages? They have very high response times and they are very low sensitivity, so we cannot apply the more voltage to this one. And within seconds it will respond. Okay, so they have very high response times. And next, what are the application? Used in a photodetectors, used as a optocoupler, and used in a consumer electronic machines. Okay, so these are the certain applications of the photodiode. So I hope you understood the photodiode, and in the next class we are going to talk the another type of the diode. Okay, so thank you.